What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I talk about Dean Phillips. I've talked about him several times in the past, and he has come out of the closet, if you will, and he's starting to make his rounds. I saw him in an interview on Fox the other day. What the Democrats have done to this dude, it's a shame in my book, and it just goes to show you that Democrats, the Democratic Party, does not care about democracy whatsoever. They just care about themselves being in power. The Democratic establishment, if you will, rules the Democratic Party with an iron fist. It's like some communist nightmare over there, because when you get people like Dean Phillips, who could have been a real contender, right, would have gave Trump a run for his money way better than Joe Biden or Kamala Harris did. What do? They sue him into oblivion to keep him on, and he had this to say.
I'm just wondering if a loss will make them have some self-reflection.
Well, I'll tell you, we're brothers from another mother,
yes,
because
sir.
You can imagine how I'm feeling today, my friend. I was just listening moments ago about yard signs and door knocks not getting the resources. This entire election, in my estimation, was sealed the day that Joe Biden announced he was running for re-election. And the answer is absolutely. We should have had a competition. It makes everything better value products, better political candidates. It's hard to set up a presidential campaign in a matter of weeks, as I tried to do, and certainly Kamala Harris tried to do. That's when we went wrong, and then we went wrong again by not having a competitive, open primary that the President of the United States would have promoted, not suppressed. And there you have it. And in the future, that's what I'm going to be fighting for.
Now, to be honest with you, if I was him, I'm not sure I would still be loyal to the party for what they did. They sued him time and time again in almost every single state to keep this dude off of the ballot. And all he wants is democracy, folks. All he wants is an open primary. He's still talking about we should have done this, we should have done that. I am not so sure I could keep my loyalties in place after what the Democratic Party had done to me if that was me. It's just absurd. This dude threw together a campaign because, once again, he's a Democrat that actually can critically think, that actually looks at reality and sees reality for what it is, sees that Joe Biden is not going to be able to be president for 4 more years, and says, look, we need fresh blood in here. So what does he do? He throws together a campaign, and then what does the DNC do to this guy? Sues him time and time and time, every single state, to keep this guy off the ballot. That dude could have gave Trump a good run for his money. He is a moderate Democrat who is actually sane. He's actually sane. Very moderate. I can almost assure you he would have almost certainly beat Donald Trump if they would have gave him the spotlight that he deserves. That is right. I truly believe that. And in some more absurdity coming from the Democratic Party. Check this out, y'all. Former comms director for VP Harris says Biden should resign to make her first female president. Like, are you freaking kidding me? There's only 2 months left. What good is that going to do, Kamala Harris? What good is that going to do, comms director? I don't even know her name. I can't remember the name right off. Yeah, I read this story already. It's not all that long. But it's like, come on, really? Really? That's just one of the most absurd things. It's funny. It's really funny if you ask me, because it's like these people, they're just grasping at power. And it's like they can't help themselves. Oh, it's right there. I just got to grab it. Biden, quit. Get out. The former communications director for Vice President Kamala Harris is proposing a plan to make Harris the first female president, though she was soundly defeated in last week's election against President-elect Donald Trump. The plan by Jamal Simmons says that all that has to happen is for President Joe Biden to resign. You really think he's going to do this? This is the same guy that was saying, oh yeah, I can go another 4 years. I still got it. Yeah, right. That dude ain't going nowhere, man. Are you insane? Yes, as a matter of fact, they are insane, y'all. Simmons, who was part of Harris's communications team from 2022 to 2023, urged Biden to step down. Hey, how about listening to Republicans for the past, 4 years, since before Joe Biden even ran for freaking president? The dude wasn't cognitively there to run in the first place, right? He could get away with it in 2020. But not long after he came into office, it was blatantly clear to everybody his cognitive decline was far worse than what we were led to believe. His fumbles and stumbles and everything else were just far too grave to be ignored. However, what did the corporate press do to you guys, Democrat voters? They lied to you. Politicians lied to you. Oh, of course, no surprise there. But they lied. They said he's a dynamo in the background. He's great from 8 p.m. to 4 p.m., which was also a lie. Come to find out. They lied. And now they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes again and make history and make Kamala Harris the sitting president of the United States, the acting president of the United States, by making Joe Biden go bye-bye. This is insane. With 2 months left to go before Inauguration Day? It's absurd, y'all. These people are crazy. Joe Biden has been amazing, but he should fulfill one last promise to be transitional. Yeah, sorry, I had trouble saying that just now. My cognitive decline is there at as well. Really? Joe Biden has been amazing? Are you freaking kidding me? He's been amazingly terrible. Like the worst president in United States history type of amazing. Biden should resign and make Kamala Harris the first woman president, Simmons posted on X. It would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency. And doing things that the public want to see is the time, Simmons, now a CNN commentator, said on the network on Sunday. Sorry about that. I had a little slip up right there, y'all. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate. Really? Are you serious? Yes. Yeah, that would actually prove how you guys operate. Y'all just anointed Kamala Harris as the guy to take office when Joe Biden clearly couldn't do it anymore, when it was plain to see for everybody that the emperor had no clothes anymore. You guys had to take Biden out. And what did you do? Instead of holding a convention or holding a quick primary, calling up Dean Phillips and saying, hey, no, you just anointed Kamala Harris because she was the vice president. Oh, and because, we have to get a woman in there. You have to play identity politics. And it backfired. It backfired huge. And you guys lost because of your incompetence. Just utter incompetence. Thinking the American people wouldn't notice that none of the voters in the primary voted for Kamala Harris. They voted for Joe Biden. And then y'all just anoint this person as, here you go, this is who you have to vote for. You're not going to vote for Trump, are you? Come to find out, a lot of people did vote for Trump. Yeah, I saw a news article earlier talking about people that voted for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Donald Trump. That's nuts when you think about it. That's crazy. That's something coming from an entire different dimension, if you will. An alternate reality that we happen to be living in, or, that these people happen to be living in. It's just absurd what these people do, y'all. Harris, as vice president, faces the task of presiding over the congressional proceedings on January 6, 2025, to certify the results of the 2024 election. According to the New York Post, Simmons made the point that if Biden were to step down, Harris wouldn't have to go through the stress of that. Stress? All she has to do is bang the freaking gavel and recite a few words. That's it. There is no stress in doing that. That's her job. She knew that was going to happen. She knew that their internal polling was horrific for them. They knew they were going to lose. Do you really think they had a chance? No, they didn't have a chance, as a matter of fact. Dems have better policies. What? That's not objective. But we must realize the old rules no longer apply. We are not playing table tennis. We are in a mixed martial arts fight, and Americans respond to drama and excitement. We should use that to make our arguments for a better path forward, he wrote in another post on X. Oh my goodness. Cry me a freaking river. Yeah, it's mixed martial arts, and you just got your butt freaking handed to you. You know, Kamala Harris could have done a whole lot better because from everything I could see, when Joe Biden dropped out, Kamala Harris had the momentum. All she had to do was just keep that momentum, right? All she had to do was come in, give a good plan to the American people. When you go to interviews, speak eloquently, clearly. Don't talk all this garbage aspirations of the American people and all this opportunity economy garbage. This circuitous crap that nobody can understand what the hell she's even talking about. She just speaks circuitously, and she thinks because she's using big words, it makes her sound smart. Well, no, I'm sorry. That doesn't make you sound smart. When you speak clearly and concisely and to the point, people understand what you're saying. When you speak with garbled nonsense, that's why people didn't vote for her. Do you really think 80 million Americans wanted to vote for Donald Trump? No, they just wanted to vote against Kamala Harris. A lot of those people just voted against the garbage, the same old same, a continuation of Joe Biden, even though she said, it's going to be a new administration. It's not going to be a continuation. But when asked what she would have done different over the last 4 years, what does she say?
Well, if anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you convince people you're the change candidate. And that's what I'm talking about. Garbled nonsense. Like, are you freaking kidding me? But these people don't seem to get it. Democrats live in this delusional dream world that only them can see what's going on with themselves, and for some reason, they think they're doing a good job. They can't see the reality that people are tired of this woke garbage. We don't want men competing in women's sports. We don't want boys going into the girls' restroom just because they feel a certain way that day. We don't want this garbage. We want to be nice to our fellow Americans, but that's about as far as it goes. We're not going to affirm your delusions on a constant and daily basis. I'm sorry, that's not how reality works. We get tired of being pushed into a corner, and finally, we get cornered and we fight back. We push our way back out. And I think that's what you saw with this red tsunami, if you will, from last Tuesday. People spoke. They voted for what they voted for. And we are going to get some change. And change for the better, folks. Whether you like it or not, you can say anything you want to about Donald Trump. He's going to prove every single one of you people wrong. I can almost guarantee it. You never know what's going to happen, but I can almost guarantee it. I mean, we've already got the Taliban calling for peace, Hamas calling for peace, the Houthi rebels calling for peace, because they just so happen to remember reality from the last Donald Trump presidency when he absolutely obliterated ISIS. So they are scared. They don't want to get obliterated like ISIS did, as a matter of fact. He's already spoken with Zelensky. That war is going to draw to an end pretty quickly. Although, I can say, he didn't do it in 24 hours as president-elect. So it's not over yet, but it probably will be. Hopefully that thing comes to an end pretty soon, and we can start promoting peace all across the world instead of this proxy war garbage that the Biden administration has been promoting. We don't like it, y'all. Americans don't like war. I know, you got your neocons out there. They love war. They love funding that military-industrial complex. I could care less about that. American citizens have much more needs than to fund a foreign war on the other side of the world that nobody cares about, to be honest with you. Right? We just want the dying to stop, in the words of Donald Trump. How absurd was that? That town hall he had over a year ago, where Caitlin Collins was trying, just desperate to get Trump to say that he wants Russia to win. She was desperately trying to get him to say that. And he said, I just want the dying to stop, the destruction, the chaos to come to an end. Also, you refuse to say you want Ukraine to win? What does that even mean, Caitlin Collins? What does that even mean? What would a victory for Ukraine actually look like? Yeah, I don't think she even knows. These people are just surface level thinkers that can't seem to see the bigger picture. Peace through strength works, and that's where we're going to see a lot of that over the next 4 years. But we've got to keep this momentum, y'all. So I hope Trump stays on his P's and Q's, if you will, dots his T's and crosses his I's, and does, make America great again. But I want y'all to do me a favor. Y'all smash that like button for me if you don't mind. It really does help the channel out, and I really desperately need y'all's help. And if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button for me. And y'all let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. Do you think it's a good idea for Joe Biden to resign so we can have our first black female president, Indian person, so they can get their identity politics in before the game is over? Let me know what you think. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.